Hello, I'm Toycat, welcome back to the second channel geography video. So there comes a time in every YouTuber's career where they must make a Reddit reactions video. That's right, we're going on the #1 map subreddit that exists, MapPorn, and we're going to be looking at all the maps on there, like this regional map of the United States. Look how interesting it is, all the regions there. Wow, this is great. And although I think maps are a great way to show information, I do love maps normally. That's what this channel is usually about. My favorite type of map is actually, though, more maps like this, like the number of Eiffel Towers in South America by country. I love this map. It's technically correct, and I'll find every opportunity to show it to all of you. Same with Argentina and Argentina. Technically correct, best type of correct, and this video, because the whole reason I'm making one of these is like people have been asking for more stuff on this second channel, and the easiest way to make that is to go through the worst maps out there and give you a more light-hearted look at the world today, because things are crazy, but you know what's not crazy? The fact that the world map should be practicing social distancing too, and this is what it would look like if they actually did. I actually like this map of the world because, like, you know what? It does show that countries could be a little further apart. This is the world as we all imagine it if we divide it up evenly, and also the concept of continents has gone away, although Russia is still just the big thing over there. I like this map a little bit, and you can see I've also looked at here, because of the purple link, the fact that Egypt is in fact technically correct, smaller than the United States, Russia, and China combined. I love this sort of thing because, you know, like there's always like dumb comparisons between like, hey, this is bigger than this, that. No, Egypt is actually smaller than all three of those countries combined, and now you know. Today I learned that Egypt is smaller than Russia, and I bet you didn't know that before, because, you know, most people know that. But you know what you might not know? That this is the map of North America with the first letter of each country labeled. High quality, very small I'll admit, but as you can see, this is North America. If you're being a bit lazy, you just want to go by letter, and it does technically work, although there are actually more countries in North America because Central America is, most of it is in North America. We'll give them points on this anyway though, because, you know, it's a funny map. But you know what else is a funny map? How the electoral map would look if only I voted. So this is... I'm not American, Lamau. So, I mean, I'm just saying, it's a much better map. There's much less division in America. We should maybe... start using this as our guidance for the future. If everyone saw the United States as 50 states all the same, maybe the world would be a better place. Or maybe it'd be a better place if we saw it like this. Proposed division to solve the Hong Kong-China conflict. So this is dividing... So this is the easiest way to fix that issue right there. Instead of giving Hong Kong to China, leaving it with the UK, maybe going independent, right? Rather than any one of those three solutions, we give a bit to Armenia, a bit to Greece, and a bit to Kurdistan. Three nations that are very good at dealing with border disputes, and we divide it perfectly in three. Although I feel like Greece gets the better deal here because they get the airport, and Armenia gets the worst deal because they're nearest China. Kurdistan gets like the center of that most of the people. You know, I'm just saying this is an unfair division, and we should start a war to fix this immediately. But also, I feel like this map of Russia is going to be good. I actually can't see from the thumbnail what it's going to be, so I'm excited to see where this goes. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Russia. How could such a small country defeat Napoleon and Hitler? I don't get it. I know it's a joke, but you know, it does look like this is a map of Russia, right? I'm just saying, when you zoom in enough, the map of Europe gets real confusing. Actually, does Google Maps say it's Russia? It doesn't. You know, how are you meant to know what country this is? Like, obviously, people who follow me, you're like geography nerds, right? Like, you know, you can click on Russia and you can be like, oh yeah, Russia is this big. Although it doesn't actually show right here. Russia is this big, right? Although it literally doesn't even highlight. How are you ever meant to know this is a part of Russia until you click on the cities? I'm just saying, Google Maps, we've got a problem here, and maybe it's just me that cares. Anyway, let's go back to the terrible maps, shall we? Because so they just started blasting. Anyway, very fun. So next up, we've got Republican Area of America. So this is one of those fun maps where it's all red. Impeach this. I mean, you know, I'm just saying, why don't we impeach the... this is obviously making a joke about politics in America. Like, hey, you should impeach the people who vote for the red dude. And they've mixed that up with Verizon 4G LTE coverage, which sadly, today I've learned, it covers all of Hawaii, but it doesn't cover much of Alaska, and there's none in Puerto Rico. Why is Puerto Rico in here, actually? Do they even vote for the president? I'm pretty sure they don't. Like, do they not get 4G and they don't vote for the president? This is why Puerto Rico needs to be a state. I'm just saying, like, this right here, we found the issue that is at a fur full of this. Libs owned. Damn straight, hello Bob1. Damn straight, friend. So next up, we've got my first full map drawing. Had to rush the Eastern Hemisphere because who the fuck cares? USA, USA. So I mean, like, let's be real. You know, if you live somewhere, you know your region kind of well, you know the region next to it kind of well, and then as you get further away, it gets harder. I mean, I'm just surprised that he knows what any country that isn't the USA looks like, so, you know, good job on that. They got the UK done pretty well, and Spain and France vaguely exist on this map. And it's technically a map without New Zealand. That is correct. So next up, we've got when will 2020 begin? Local time. Okay, how's this one gonna go? Oh, and then it's 01/01 2020 00000. The only thing that could make this map better is if Greenland was grayed out with not enough data, or, you know, like data not found. That's also usually true for a lot of African countries. I find this map inaccurate because, you know what, there's some country out there that doesn't have an official standard. Also, when does 2020 begin in the ocean? That's a good... You know what, this map does not show the ocean, so I guess that's the no data area. You know, isn't that the problem with every map? We assume that, like, things are true within a country's borders, but also, like, outside of that country's borders, you're usually following some country's laws. So, like, right there, 2020 begins in 01/01/2. See, interesting points that you find from the from the circle jerk of MapPorn. But you know what's even better than this? Legality of slavery by state. Slavery illegal, no states. Slavery legal, no states. Slavery legal, but only in prisons. Hey, political commentary. I like it. All the states. Again, surprised there's not one state that's like, hey, not here. But, Kamala Harris liked this post. Aha, yeah, making a fun little joke there. Map of the United States if it was an Oregon donor. Oh, because they donated Oregon to another country. I mean, I'm just saying, the United States, like, on the left side, it's, like, really boring and flat compared to on the right side. You know, the East Coast, much more statey than the West Coast. I'm just saying, maybe America should become an Oregon donor. Would make the country so much more beautiful, right? Can we all get on board with that? I think we can. So, also, we've got, guys, help. I have to give it to somebody. I mean, me too, right? Me running out of Area 51 with Western Sahara statistics. Hey, they made the joke that I made earlier just about Western Sahara instead of Greenland. Hey, there we go. I like it. I mean, it's arguably not a map thing, but like, whatever. We'll give it a break because they get me. They feel me. Map of US counties I've had miscarriages in. This is not what I expected from a... Also, what is that county? Is that just the... I don't know what any of this is, but like this is crazy. But what I'm assuming, because like they're actually seeming pretty serious here. I assume that like they're making the joke that like they started there and they went on a long drive down. But Jesus, this is a map I do not enjoy as much as the world if the Treaty of Tordesilhas was respect. Honestly, don't know that treaty. Portugal. Oh, it's the one that divided the world in two. If you don't know, at one point, Spain and Portugal just agreed, like, hey, we keep getting in each other's ways, but we want to be friends. So outside of Europe, anything to the east of this line, that's yours. Anything to the west of that line, that's yours. And here's what the world would look like. For some reason, Spain gets east of Australia. I guess that was part of the agreement, maybe. But yeah, this is I think it was actually the Pope that brokered this agreement. It's kind of dumb, but if Portugal got world dominance, this could have happened. And you know what? I'm sad it isn't. This is what peak performance looks like. The papacy played itself by the Pope. Hey, there we go. Look, I know things about a treaty that I didn't know the name of. Because who knows Tordesilhas? I need to get better at Spanish pronunciation. March 2053, Croatia finally manifests its destiny by hogging every coastline in Europe. Because again, Croatia was very mean to Bosnia right there. The holy hydrophilic empire of Croatia, as you can see, is stealing all the coastline right here. Even taking the very disputed region of, what's the name of it? The island that belongs to Ukraine but also Russia. Sevastopol, I think. Anyway, they've taken that island. Crimea, that's the one I'm thinking about. There was a war there in like 150 years ago. I don't know how that's recently to me. That belongs to them, so we settle the Russia-Ukraine dispute. And also, every country doesn't need coastline, so no going to the beach without going to Croatia. What happened to the Netherlands? They are gone. It became coastline. 2053. Hey, I like that. That's a good detail. I like that if that's intentional. I don't know if it is, but it's great. So next up, we've got a map of countries in Africa I've visited. I like this. I see only a tiny bit. I've been in. I'm planning to go to. So dumb. So dumb. I love that this is a thing, but it's dumb, right? I'm gonna get there one day. Congratulations when you do. Uganda go to. Hate me some. Okay, this is the time we get out of this thread, and we go to nations where it is illegal to kiss your homies goodnight. And I'm assuming this is a list of countries where homophobia is homosexuality is illegal. Homophobia is illegal. I mean, homophobia is very legal in those countries. In fact, it is part of the legal system, you could say. As you can see, Middle East, North Africa. I'm not going to point out the correlation between this map and any particular religion, but yeah, it's fascinating to see how, like, homosexuality is surprisingly widespread as in law. And is that a good thing, or is it bad that it's not in those countries? You tell me. Also, nuh-uh, because kissing your homies goodnight isn't gay. Nice, I like it. So, explain this, Bill Nye, and then it's, if gravity exists, why does the world look like this and not like this? Checkmate, Bill Nye, the science guy. I think I've never seen him talk. Is he a smart fella? I don't know. Even though this is a joke, I can guarantee there are 0G Earthers out there. I mean, I'm just saying, why doesn't the Earth fall down? Makes sense. Also, coldest season of the year, based on data from over 11,000 stations in... Okay, winter. Is that actually true? Like, there's got to be somewhere in North Canada that's so... Like, no, yeah, it's going to be winter. No, because, like, okay, there's got to be some times that statistically the coldest day is in spring or in autumn. Don't know why they call it fall here. Fall is objectively a worse term for it than autumn, right? Can we agree, non-Americans of the world, fall is a bad name for a season, especially if autumn's used too? Just have one word, autumn, it works. Anyway, I didn't learn about the fall. I didn't know that fall was autumn for so long. I was like, oh, fall, that's when the leaves fall down. But anyway, world map, walked by population of those who speak Indonesian. So there's a little bit of America right there. A little bit of the UK. Didn't know we had Indonesians here. And then it's Indonesia. Big boy Indonesia. That's one useful map. Really makes you think. The map says a lot about our Indonesian society. I agree. I've been to Indonesia, actually. So basically, I know what I'm talking about. Boston is actually closer to London than Washington, D.C. I should have seen this one coming. I was like, they're going to warp the map in some way. They're talking about Boston, UK. Fun fact. I met a girl who was from Boston, UK once. And I was like, you know what? I was like, oh wait, Boston, UK. It's this little town right here. It's very sad. They've got an Asda. That's how you know this place is pretty darn tragic. And yeah, basically, her life seemed like it seemed like getting out of Boston was the only thing that like had gone well in her life at that point. And I'm just saying, you know, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe you disagree. Maybe you think Boston's great. I'm just saying, no one ever clarifies Boston, but like America, or like, oh yeah, Boston, but you know, the one in Massachusetts, not the one in the Northeast Midlands. No one ever says that, not least because the Midlands is a construct made by Northerners to convince themselves they're not Northerners. But also, it's because Boston, not a very interesting place. And I agree that this map tricked me. But you know what's better than this map? I'm sorry. And then it's all the states, but in... Is that Puerto Rico? No, that's in Long Island. I don't even know what's going on here. And then this is... Oh, it's Cyprus and America with their things flipped. Republic of Cyprus, Northern Cyprus, United Kingdom. You know, I'm just saying, this is actually... I really like the way this map is laid out. Maybe it's just me, but like, wouldn't it be cool to take countries and mix up the states and whatever else there? Like, why... This is basically the map from The Man in the High Castle, right? With the UN buffer zone between the Japanese and the Germans. And then the UK gets some because, you know what, sovereign base territory or whatever. So do you guys live in Montana or Montana? Did they accidentally add 2 Montanas? They did. They messed it up. I thought this map was beautiful, but it's all a lie. I bet they must have missed the state too. Like, there's no way they got all 50 states and managed to mess up 2. So this is disappointing. Seriously disappointing. Let's ignore this map and go to legality of gay marriage in the United States by county. Legal, because it's legal nationwide, I want to say. Probably. That sounds correct to me. How I see North America. Not incorrect. IDK. Okay, our last map of the day. It is Spain. Spain province that speaks Brazilian. I'm just saying, that's how everyone sees Portugal that way. The number one question about Portugal is like, why isn't Portugal a part of Spain? And when you look at a map, it's like, huh, yeah, it looks like they were going all the way down this, the Iberian Peninsula, and then they just stopped there. Spain, if you wanted to, now's the time to invade Portugal. They're weak. I mean, Spain's weaker than Portugal right now, but they're weak. Go get them now. Make it Spain's 12th province. I don't know how many regions of Spain they have. Spain is such a weird structure. They're like a reverse federation. Look into it sometime. But yeah, do you want to get a new one? European Brazil. Well, technically, Portugal became a colony of Brazil. Yeah, that's actually a fun fact. Because the royals wanted to flee Portugal, they made like Brazil the home base of the Portuguese Empire at one point. Fun facts that you learn from Reddit here. But you know what? This is the end of the video, right? This is where the circle jerking maps come to an end. But you know what? Maybe they don't come to an end. Maybe this map changes the way you see the world. You ever realize how we see the map as a bunch of continents, but what if the world is actually a giant cat playing with Australia? Yeah, it really makes you think. Makes you reevaluate these sorts of things, huh? So yeah, this was Toy Cat reacts to low effort Reddit memes. Did you enjoy it? Do you think it was great? Do you think we should see more of this? Because I think I could look at all day nations where it's illegal to kiss your homies goodnight. I could look at all day, these are all dumb actually. Was there a single map here I guess this is like the best one, or like, maybe I think map of the world, but all countries are practicing social distancing. This is what I'm talking about. And the reason I provided this content to you for free today, except really I made ad money, so is it really free? There's your debate. But the reason I made this video for all of you is because you should be social distancing. And by social distancing, I mean stay away from people, even when the government stops telling you to do so. If we all just agreed to stay away from each other forever, the world would be a slightly nicer place. I mean, I'm just saying, we could kill the common cold, we could kill the flu. Even if you don't believe in COVID, 25 or whatever, you know what I do believe in? I believe that this is a map of the world when we close all the borders, as we've been doing for the last month or so. And that's a good thing. I love lack of trade. I love lack of ability. I love when the economy... I love all these things. I just want this to happen forever. And I hope all of you do too. And if you don't, just remember, here is a map of Eiffel Towers in South America by country. So yeah, thank you for watching. But second channel, I do care. Because clearly I made this video. I mean, it took me 17 minutes and 28 seconds of my time. But I hope it's something you enjoy regardless, because second channel, do care. Bye.